Hey there, Cosmic Nuts and Cosmic Naughties, and welcome to another Cooking with Cos. Yeah, today we are going to make one of my favorite fish recipes to make. And often out here, we get bags of fish, white fish, on a regular basis, which is what this is made from, or what you make it with. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this, shall we? The first thing that we're going to start off with is 2 cans of diced tomatoes, juice included. There's 1. There's 2. Now generally when I make this, it's usually 1 can and I buy a small thing of basil, but I actually have a small thing of pesto. I currently do have a pretty big thing of pesto, so we're going to use, this is a 22 ounces. I'm going to use about 11 ounces. I'm going to use about half of this. Yeah, that looks to be about, whoa. All right, I guess it's going to be a little bit more in there, which is probably not a horrible idea at all. And then let's take some salt, and pepper, and actually and then the last ingredient that we're going to add is sliced black olives. And before we do that, I want to give this a good mix up first, because this bowl's already getting pretty full, as you can see. All right. I've made this a bunch, and it really is one of my favorite ways to make fish. And lastly, we'll put in the black olives. Give that decent mixing. And then we can just set this off to the side. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get some cold water in here so we can rinse the fish off, and then we're going to pat it dry with a clean towel, and then put it in this baking dish. Because I am going to be handling food now, let's throw on some rubber gloves, shall we? So this is 2 pounds worth of fish. They say 8 people. They're probably pretty close to right. Now this will help your fish from quote unquote tasting fishy. If give it a quick rinse, dry it off, get the juices that it was soaking in off of it, the fish juice. Yeah, get a good clean rinse. Dry her off. And yeah, make sure you use a clean cloth. This is freshly washed. And you want to use cold water because you want to keep the ice water would actually be preferable, because you really do want to keep the fish cold up until it's time to cook it. Unlike steaks and porks and stuff that you want to actually take and have it get to room temperature. At least with this, you want it to stay cool. now that we have all of this prepared, clean and stuff like that, let's you know, I don't need gloves anymore because I am no longer going to be handling food, and I want to put the fish stuff on these things. So I want to give this a quick seasoning. And then once you have the salt and pepper on there, you pour over the tomatoes, pestos, and black olives. Now, depending on how you like to cook, you would either throw this in the oven at 425 degrees for 40 minutes, or what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it in a grill about the same sort of temperature, and we're also gonna make some baked potatoes in there. But yeah, super simple to make. The taste factor is just wow, and it impresses people. So yeah, I will get that thrown in there, and we will come back, and I think I'll even have a guest to eat this with, and we'll see how we like it. It's officially done. And now we'll see if it's edible. Like I told the people that this is one of my favorite ways to make white fish. It's super easy and super tasty.
It is super tasty.
Potatoes done right too.
A different kind of fish and chips.
Mm-hmm. This is the bougie way to get it done. Now, if you're like trying to impress a date, rather than baked potato, spaghetti, and put this on top of the spaghetti. Be like, ooh, taking me out to a fancy restaurant.
So, Zach, we got the stove working.
I mean,
like the actual oven and shit too. So now we have an oven, so I can actually make this and put it in the oven and bake it like that too.
Grill's just as easy. It's just an oven. I mean, because I could have put it in there, but it's too fucking hot in here to begin with, you know what I'm saying?
But my kitchen's not like that. It's out in the open.
And is it a full-size stove too? Yeah.
Got a little bread oven on it. It's an old school stove. So, being able to have it working and shit too. We got the little bread oven on it too.
Right now.
Ooh, that's something I can make too, is baked potatoes for everybody.
So yeah, really the only thing that you would have had to buy, because like the fish is, I think from Ernie's. Usually I always have canned tomatoes in the thing.
True.
So you would have to buy some pesto or make it.
Preferably making it.
And then black olives. And that's it. That's all that is to this.
There's always a can of black olives laying around my house. So.
Not here. I like black olives too much. Although, if I bought them at Costco, where I get a box of 24 of them at a time, then maybe there might be black olives constantly around. But I was like, nope, I don't need that many.
Oh, it was.
I will get that from and it was really more, I didn't want to spend that much money at one time on olives. It's not like a lot of the other stuff where it's like, oh, you're spending about the same amount of money anyways, you know.
True.
Or maybe things are a couple bucks more and you get like 2-3 times the amount of stuff. But yeah, for you slabbers, I mean, super easy to make. You could make this in a sun oven even.
It's funny you say that. I was talking to Zach the other day about making one.
Yeah, if I would have got started earlier, I would have put it in mine.
He's like, but why? I'm like, dude, you just pop something in there in the morning, and by nightfall it's done.
So, you get all that chicken, it's too much for everybody eating one shift, right? You still cook it all up, put it in the refrigerator. Next day you warm it up in the sun oven. And because it's a slow heat process, it doesn't dry out.
No, that's very true.
Oh, I know, because that's what I do. That's what I did all last week was I grilled a bag of chicken thighs, and then you know, and I made this in the sun oven. I do this quinoa spinach salad thing.
I've had it.
Yeah, so I made that, and then every day I've warmed it up and
no, that shit was dank, I remember. What was it? I think it was, I brought Lori up for that too, because she was a vegetarian.
Quite possibly. Is she planning on coming out here? Her and her man?
She is, but she's having a baby. 'Tis the season.
Is it yours, Daniel?
Nah. That would be funny, but no. I don't quite care for red sauce, but when it's done like this, it's actually not all that bad.
Yeah, man, it's not really a sauce. It's just diced tomatoes. It's the pestos. That's the sauce. Oh, and then with the potatoes. So I mixed up the tomatoes, the pesto, and all that in a bowl first. Then rinsed and dried the fish, put in there, and then poured over. Well, there was some stuff left in the bowl, so I like coated the potatoes with it.
Always a great idea.
I mean, it's not pesto, so it's oil. And I always boil my potatoes and we'll put salt on it. So it's just like, all right, these are just different seasonings, but it's getting that out of there.
My thing is, I'll pre-cut them, and I'll take a piece of garlic and I'll stick it in there with butter, and then I'll wrap it up before I bake it. So that way it ends up baking into the potato.
Steaming into the potato. As soon as you put aluminum foil on it, it's steaming it.
Yeah, true. Oh, that was good.
Yeah, not horrible. You still hungry? There's more.
No, I'm full actually.
So, scale to 1 to 10.
8.
And yeah, so that's an 8 from somebody else. That's gonna do it for this Cooking with Cause. Peace, love, and all that happy jazz.